What is defensive box plus minus, DBPM, in women's basketball? Imagine being able to see how much a player truly influences their team's defense, not just by counting steals or blocks but by measuring their overall impact. That's what defensive box plus minus is all about. It's an advanced stat that helps us understand how a player's presence on the court affects the number of points the team allows. When a player is on the floor, do opponents score less? That's what DBPM aims to tell us. It looks at the difference in points allowed per 100 possessions when the player is playing versus when they are off the court. This way, it isolates their individual defensive contribution from the team's overall performance. DBPM is part of a bigger picture called box plus minus, which measures how a player impacts both offense and defense. But DBPM focuses only on defense. It uses traditional stats like steals, blocks, defensive rebounds, and more, then combines them with advanced mathematical models. These models adjust for who the player is on the court with, who they are defending against, and how much they play. This adjustment helps give a clearer picture of their true defensive value, without being skewed by teammates or opponents. In the Women's National Basketball Association, or WNBA, DBPM is especially helpful. It helps coaches see which players are making the biggest difference on defense beyond just basic stats. It also helps analysts and fans understand how individual players contribute to team success in stopping opponents from scoring. Since defensive efficiency in the WNBA is often measured by points allowed per 100 possessions, DBPM adds a layer of detail by showing how much a player influences that number. Teams can use DBPM to find key defensive players and decide who to put on the floor in crucial moments. It's also useful for tracking how players improve defensively over a season. When making decisions about roster changes or contracts, teams look at DBPM to see who adds the most defensive value. Fans and broadcasters can also use it to better appreciate players' defensive efforts that don't always show up in basic stats. Of course, DBPM isn't perfect. It doesn't fully capture things like positioning, communication, or off-ball defense, which are hard to measure with numbers alone. Small sample sizes or limited playing time can also affect its accuracy. Still, when combined with other defensive stats like points allowed per possession, turnovers, and shooting percentages, DBPM provides a useful way to analyze defense in women's basketball. To sum it up, defensive box plus minus in women's basketball is a number that estimates how much a player's defense helps or hurts their team. It looks at the difference in points allowed when they are on the court versus off the court, giving a clearer picture of their individual defensive impact. This helps everyone from coaches to fans better understand the true value of defensive players beyond what basic stats can tell us.